everyone, good day. I am Dee and you're welcome back to my channel, Dandy Fashion School, a school of elegance and style. We're into fashion designs and bag making, but today as usual, I will be going to the bag making section. Like as usual, I'll be going to the bag making section and I would like you to watch every bit of this video, like every bit, and I would like you to listen attentively because definitely it's going to be an interesting one. Like definitely it's going to be an interesting one. So without wasting much of our time, let's get into the work and let's get started. So today I'll be teaching you how to make this handbag. Let me show you the handbag. So yeah, this is the handbag. Can you see the inside? This is another one. I believe you can see it very well. So today I'll be teaching you how to make it. I'll be going through the cutting and the stitching as well. Seriously, like definitely you'll find it interesting, like interesting. So stay glued and let's continue. So the materials and the tools we'll be making use of. We'll be making use of your leather material, any leather material of your choice. Don't forget, it all boils down. It's about your own preference. Yeah, it boils down to your own preference. I'll be making use of my home black leather material. I'll be making use of shoemaker gum. I'll be making use of my magnetic snap. Yeah, I'll make use of my magnetic snap, and I think that is all. I'll make use of my wire as well, this thick wire. I'll be making use of my wire. Actually, the measurements we'll be making use of, I'll be working with the width of 11 inches and the length of 20 inches. Sewing allowance inclusive. Yeah, I've already included the sewing allowance. So I'll be working with 20 inches by 11 inches. So now I have a cardboard here. So what I need to do now is to just bring out the 20 by 11 inches. Now I have my 20 inches. I have my 20 inches by 11 inches. 20 inches by 11 inches. So the next thing I need to do now is to locate the middle. Don't forget the width is 11 inches, so definitely the middle will be 11 inches. Definitely the center will be 11 inches. So from that 11, this is the 11 inches, which is the center. So now I'll have to chalk 3 inches. I'll have to chalk 3 inches on both sides. This is my 3 inches. This is my 3 inches on both sides. So from that 3 inches to the center, middle point, I'll give it a straight line. Oh, we can see that clearly. Yeah. So the next thing I need to do now is from this bottom side. So now after creating the first shape, the second thing I need to do now, the next thing I need to do now is to, from this bottom side, I'll measure 7 inches. So I'll mark the 7 inches round, straight line. So I'll rule it out. So now this is my 7 inches. So from this 7 inches now, don't forget, can you see the shape here? There is one inches reduction on both sides. Can you see 1 inches reduction? So what I need to do now is to this is my 1 inches. I'll mark the 1 inches on both sides. So don't forget, this is my 7 inches. So this is my 7 inches. What I need to do now is to fold that exact place. So this is my 7 inches. This is my 7 inches. And then this same 7 inches as well, I'll use it to create another 7 inches. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Firstly, I'll measure 7 inches, and then secondly 7 inches as well. So, and then this is the first 7 inches, this is the second 7 inches, then I'll fold it on it. So now we have our shape. Can you see? It's just like into 3 sections, 1 section, 2 section, and then the cover, which is the 3rd section. So we have our 3rd section as well. This is 1, 2, and then 3. So don't forget here there is 1 inches reduction on both sides. So can you see there is 1 inches reduction on both sides? So what I need to do now is here I'll mark 1 inches. I'll shop my 1 inches. This is my 1 inches. 1 inches on both sides. I hope you are getting what I'm doing. So from here now, this is my 1 inches. I'll use it to create a line from here to this side. I hope you see what I'm doing. This is where I shop for the 1 inches. This is my 1 inches. So I'll use it to create a straight line. I can call it a straight line. This is the point where I'm going. This is the point where I'm going, and then this is the 1 inches. This is the 1 inches reduction. So from this 1 inches, I will draw a slant line on both sides. Can you see? This is my 1 inches, not this line. This line was a mistake. So this is my 1 inches. So from this here, this is the 1 inches reduction. So from this 1 inches, I draw a slant line, and then this is my 1 inches reduction. I draw a slant line. So I'll be cutting the line, and then I'll be cutting this first shape as well. So now let's cut the shape so that we get to see what we have. So now we have our shape. Can you see the shape? Now we have the shape of our bag. So the next thing I need to do now is to cut this exact measurement. I'll be cutting it on the material, my material. So now let's get to the next step. So I've cut out 1 piece of it, but I'll be needing 2 pieces. And then why I said I'll be needing 2 pieces, because for me instance, I will always like to use the material I use. Like when I'm making handbags, when I'm making fashion handbags, not probably souvenir or something else, but when I'm making handbags and I want it to be a top notch, I do make use of my leather material as my lining as well. I don't make use of normal lining material. So what I need to do now is to cut 2 pieces of this. I'll be making, don't forget it is the main body. We have just 1 body, and then we have the 2 sides as well. But now we're dealing with the main body first, so I'll be needing 2 pieces of this, 1 for the main body of outside, and then the lining as well. Now I have my 2 pieces of my main body. This is my 2 pieces. So what I need to do now, the next thing I need to do now is to cut out my carry board. I'll be making use of my carry board. I'll be making use of my carry board. So in cutting out my carry board, don't forget your carry board won't be the same exact measurement as your body measurement, because you'll be folding on it. So what I need to do now is to give it half reduction on every side. Are you getting me? Like half reduction on every side. So what I need to do now is to measure half reduction on every side. I have my half reduction on every side. So what I need to do now is to just cut it out. So now let's cut out our half reduction. So now this is what I'll be using to cut out my carry board. Let's move to the next step. Now I have my carry board. This is my carry board. But in this case also, I'll be making use of 2 carry board. But in this case, the first carry board I'll be making use of will be the exact measurement of this. While the second carry board I'll be making use of, there will also be it won't be half inches reduction on both sides. Now in this case it will be 3/4 inches reduction on every side. I will talk about why I'm putting everything double, like double lining, like using my leather material as lining, doubling my marco as well, is all for the thickness. I will talk about that later, probably towards the ending of this video. And then this is my first carry board. I'll be cutting 3/4 reduction on every side. So I'll be cutting 3/4 reduction on every side. So now I have my 3/4 reduction on every side. But before cutting it out, you see this my 7 inches where I fold to give me the exact shape I want. I'll be making the same fold on this my carry board. So what I need to just do is just place it on it. Then I'll make my folds. Now I have my fold. So now let me cut out the 3/4. Now I have the second shape. So what I need to do now is to cut out another carry board, making 2 pieces of carry board. Now I'm done fixing this. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to fix my magnetics now. So I'll be fixing my magnetics now. I'll be fixing one to the outside, and then I'll be fixing the other one I'll be fixing one to the main body, and I'll be fixing one to the lining. So what I need to do here is to just find the middle. So you can locate it like this. This is where I'll be fixing my magnetic snap. So what I need to do is to just locate the points. Then I'll locate the points. and I'll be fixing the next one to the lining. So I have to locate the point as well. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to fix this my belt hole. Can you see this is my belt hole? So I'll be fixing my belt hole. So in fixing my belt hole, I'll be coming down from the upper part. I'll be coming down by 4.5 inches. 4.5 inches from the upper part, and then from the side part I'll be marking 2 inches. So don't forget 2 inches here, and then 4.5 inches from the upper part. So this is where I'll be fixing the left side. Then 2 inches or so, 4.5. So this is where my belt hole will be. So what I need to do now is to just cut out a little piece of material, and then this is where I have 1.5 inches by 2 inches. So that's what I'll be cutting. I'll be cutting 2 pieces of it, 1.5 inches by 2 inches. So now this is my 1.5 by 2 inches. So what I need to do now is to attach it this way. So what I need to do now on these 2 inches is to attach it this way, and then attach this way also. Now I'm done fixing it. Can you see? So that's my belt hole. So the next thing I need to do now is to cut out the last carry board for this. But the last carry board this is the second carry board I'll be using for it. But this one, the last one, I'll be cutting out. I won't be making use of this normal carry board. I will be making use of the double one that is very, very thick, like the very, very thick one. So this is what I'm talking about. This is the double one, very, very, very thick. So that's what I'll be making use of, just to give it thickness, just to give the bag thickness here. So I'll be gluing it, I'll be gumming it to this, and after that I'll be placing my lining and fixing my lining. I'll set that aside, and then all the edges, don't forget I folded half inches on both sides, so I'll be folding half inches on the lining as well before placing it. So I'm done folding half inches on every side, on all sides. So what I need to do now is to apply my gum here, and then after applying gum to the main body, I'll place my lining on top of it. So I'm done applying glue to this. So what I need to do now is to fix my lining on top of it. Then after fixing my lining on top of it, I'll be running a stitch also. Now don't forget, I said the next thing we need to do now is to run the stitch all around. So the reason why I asked you to make a reduction of 3/4 for the second carry board is because when sewing, for instance now, okay, for those people that are using the industrial machine that can mount something that is very thick, it is fine if you make, if you don't, it is fine if there is no 3/4 reduction of the second carry board. But for now, for me making use of this manual machine now, I have to make use of that 3/4 reduction because of when sewing, you know, I'll be sewing all the edges now, I'll be sewing all edges all round. So for me to avoid the thickness of it not going smoothly on the machine, I have to make 3/4 reduction. I hope I'm saying something. So any kind of material, any type of bag that you are sewing that you know is very thick for you to go on your manual machine, all you need to do is to just make a reduction on every side that you know your sewing will be going all through that side. All you need to do is just to make a reduction. Now I'm done sewing it. I'm done with stitching. So this is what we have. So now the next thing I need to do now, the next thing we'll be fixing is the flap of the handle. This is the handle, while this is the flap. So now I'll be cutting 2 pieces, which is one piece will be 13 inches by 1.5 inches, while the second piece will be 12 inches by 1 inches. So I'll be placing it on each other, then I'll be running a stitch over it. Now don't forget, here I have to give it a round shape here. So what I need to do now is to just give it a curve shape here. I'll be giving it a round shape. And I'll be repeating the same process for the second one. So now I have this. So I'll be placing it on each other. I'll be leaving, don't forget, the first one is 13 inches of length, while this one is 12 inches of length. So I'll be leaving half inches here, half inches here. So I'll be setting everything at the middle, at the center. So I'll be running a stitch. So the next thing is to fix my handle, and what I have here is I have 18 inches, more than 18 inches, but I'll trim it to 18 inches. So what I have here now is 18 inches. So this is the 18 inches, and then 18 inches by 3.5 inches. Can you see 18 inches? So what I need to do now, because that's where I'll be putting my wire. So what I need to do now is to fold half inches here, half inch here. I'll be folding half inch on both sides, and then I'll be running the stitch on here. So now I'm done fixing it. So the next thing I need to do now is to get my wire and then fix it inside. So this is my wire. I'll be making use of 3 pieces of wire, and I'll be gluing it together. So I'll be making use of my glue. You can make use of any glue of your choice. I'm not advertising this glue. This is not a paid advert or something. This is the glue that I love to make, that I would like to make use of. So I'll be gluing these 3 wires together. So now I'm done gluing the 3 wires together. So I'll find a way of inserting it into this. So now I'm done gluing it together. So can you see I'm done gluing it together? So the next thing I need to do now is to fix this flap and then fix my handle to the main body. So this is the main body. So I'll be fixing this one to the main body. So in fixing this one to the main body, I won't be placing it on this like the exact measurement. I'll make it to come down like 1.5 inches down. So this is going to look like. So in this case now, I won't be sewing it. Fine, if you want to sew it, you can go ahead and sew it. But me, I won't be sewing it since I have a sure glue that I know is definitely going to glue it together. So in doing that, what I need to do now is to first of all, from ear to ear, I'll glue it first, because it is here that I'll be attaching. That's where it is on this side that I'll be fixing my handle. So this I'll be gluing the mouth together. So you have to make sure it is firm. You have to make sure it is firm before gluing it. So the first thing I need to do now is to glue this and this together before gluing the flap. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Now we are getting there. We are almost through. Can you see how neat? Yeah. Now we're almost through. I'm getting there. Can you see how neat it is? Can you see the back side? Can you see? So the next thing we need to do now is to fix this, the side attachment to both sides. So now the next thing we'll be fixing before the last thing is fixing our side attachment, which is our side. So now I'll be making use of, I'll be cutting 2 pieces, don't forget. I'll be making use of 7 inches by 5 inches. So I'll be making use of 7 inches by 5 inches. So what I need to do now is to fold half inch. I'll be folding half inch on both sides and then on the upper part, so I won't fold half inch on the lower part. So now this is what I mean. Can you see I folded half inch on both sides here? I folded half inch on the upper part, leaving the down part. So the down part, now what I need to do now is to fold it like this. Don't forget this is the outside while this is the inside. So I need you to fold it like this and then sew half an inch. So now this is what I have. So what I will be doing is, if you know you have industrial machine or you have bag making machine that can sew the edges, like sewing the edges, no problem, it is fine, you can sew it. But as for me, I'll be gluing it together. And then when I said I'll be gluing it together, that doesn't mean after gluing it, they probably it's removed tomorrow. No, this glue is very sure for me, very sure for me. So I've been using it for, I've been using it for ages. Yeah, so it's very sure for me. So what I need to do now is to glue this side. Some people might be wondering, why don't you use gum? Gum doesn't last. That's just the bitter truth of it. Don't forget, this is the breaking point of it. So what I need to do now is to, the down part of it will be at the breaking point of it. And then I'll be gluing it together like that. So you have to be very careful, very careful, so that it doesn't stick to your hand and it doesn't stick to the material as well. You have to make sure it doesn't stick to your hand. So now I'll be repeating the same process for the other side. So now I'm done fixing both sides. Can you see? First side and the second side. So I'm done fixing both sides. So now I'm done fixing both sides. So now we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Actually, I ought to make my pass one coming from here, then you pass the other one. Can you see? So let me show you the outcome of it. So this is the outcome of the whole of the bag. So this is the outcome of the bag. Can you see how lovely it is? Can you see the inside? Can you see how lovely it is? So this is the handle. Can you see how? Can you see it now? Can you see the handle? So you can rock it anywhere. Don't forget there is an adjuster here. There is a bag adjuster here. So you can adjust it to any length of your choice. So you can rock it anyhow you like. So and then it can be rocked this way also. Can you see the beauty of the bag? So can you see the beauty of the bag, and then can you see how lovely, how nice it is? Tutorial was very interesting, So now we've come to the end of today's tutorial. I'm very sure you love this video. Not even like, I'm very sure you love it. So if you know this is your first time of coming to my channel, please click on the subscribe button and click on the notification button so that you'll be notified anytime a new video is being uploaded. And if you know you've been coming, but you've not yet subscribed, come on, what are you waiting for? It is free, like absolutely free. No one is collecting any time from you. So just click on the subscribe button. And then I appreciate everyone for coming back, for checking up on me, for like, I just love you, like I love you all. So thank you so much for your support so far. Thank you so much. And then if you know there's any addiction, as usual, if there's any addiction, there's any subtraction, if there's anything, like any opinion of your probably suggestion, just either you message me on WhatsApp or you drop it in the comment section. I will definitely reply. So I love you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.